Hey friends, ready for math on Thursday? You're going to look for this page. It's page 303 and 304. So we're going to do some fun things today. So you need your math page and you need your pencil. So look at the picture. See if you remember what these are called. If you don't remember, Mrs. Hoffman will refresh your memory. So, do you remember when we talked about our math mountains? This is our math mountain. And it was a fun little story about some little tiny tumblers that lived on the math mountains. So remember when the little tiny tumblers were all done with their chores, and they did everything they were supposed to. They got to go outside and play. And they rolled down the mountain because they're just round and they're tiny tumblers. So when we think about our tiny tumblers and our math mountains, it helps us to write number partners. So it's another way to think about number partners. So our tiny tumblers are at the top of the mountain, and when they go out to play, some roll down on one side and some roll down on the other side. And the number of tiny tumblers that live on that mountain is always at the top of the mountain. So in this tiny tumbler mountain, there are 3 tiny tumblers who live on that mountain. So when they go outside to play, some tiny tumblers roll on one side and some go on the other side. So Mrs. Hoffman's going to draw the tiny tumblers, and we don't worry about their little legs and their eyes when we're talking about math partners. So 3 tiny tumblers went out to play. 2 of them rolled down this side of the mountain, and 1 rolled down on this side. So we are showing the partners of 3. So we're going to write the number 2 at the bottom of this side of the mountain. And then we want to see how many altogether. So we're going to put a plus sign. Number partners is always showing the ways that we can make a number by combining 2 numbers together. So 2 plus 1 equals 3 all together, number 3. So when you look at your tiny tumbler page with the math mountains, you are going to look for the partners of 6, how you can make 6, how you can make 5, and one of these is a 2, how you can make 4, the ways that you can make 3, and some ways that you can make 10. So you are going to have to draw the tiny tumblers. So if we have the number 6 and we want to show how we can make 6, we have 5 on this side. So some of the tiny tumblers are missing, and we have to show the ones that are missing. We know that we started with 6, and if I have 5 right here, one of them came down this side of the mountain to make 6. So 5 plus 1 equals 6. Now look at these tiny tumblers. 4 tiny tumblers fell down on this side. How many had to fall down on this side to make 6 altogether? So you can do this in some different ways. You can count the tiny tumblers that are here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I keep counting, and I know that I've got to draw another one to make 5 on the other side and another one to make 6. So I know that 4 plus 2 makes 6. So 4 and 2 are number partners of 6. 5 and 1 are number partners of 6. Now let's look at this one. If I have 2 tiny tumblers on this side, how many more were on this side to make 6? So you count your tiny tumblers. 1, 2, and then you go to your other side and you keep counting. 3, 4, 5, 6. How many did I have to add to make 6? I started with 2, and then I keep counting and I make my tiny tumblers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many did I have to make right on this side? I made 4. So we know that 2 plus 4 equals 6. So you're going to do the rest of these by yourself. So remember, you know the first number, but you don't know the next number. So you count right here. You want to make this many. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more makes 5. So I know that 4 tiny tumblers plus 1 tiny tumbler makes 5 all together. So work on this and have a big person in your house look at this and make sure you did it the right way. Then guess what you get to do? You get to count from 1 to 100. And this time we're going to go down in columns instead of rows. So don't get tricked. Here's your number 1, number 2, and then you're going to write 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Don't get tricked, because then after I write my 10, I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to write 11. And then I'm going to keep going. What comes after 11? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So you're going to start to notice a pattern. Do you see right here, the numbers that are going to come after number 1 are going to have a 1 at the end. After the number 2, they're going to have a 2 at the end. So you're going to start to notice the pattern. Okay, let's try after we get to number 20. We're going to go up to the top, and what number are we going to write? 21. 21. The next number is 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay, do you see my pattern? Do you see that these numbers have a 1 at the end? These numbers have a 2 at the end. These have a 3 at the end, a 4, a 5. So you're making a pattern. Try it all by yourself. If you need some help, get a big person in your house to help you. Nice work on math today, my friends.